still February 12th, 2025. The last video, where I did earlier today, when it's like, FBI agent John, you are competent, right? You're not special needs, right? You do understand the consequences of your actions. They did not drug you. You didn't hit your head. You didn't digest something. You weren't delusional. You understand. You're not special needs. You actually understand what you're doing, right? Okay. So when I call the hotline and you see my case come up, you knew when you tried to call me, I didn't answer. Logical thing would have been to come looking for somebody who people are threatening their life. There's a text. Not for an occult to show up and say, hey, it's us trying to kill her and confess to you and you didn't arrest them. And making up pathetic excuses that someone called me a faker 15 years ago and it was medication error. And you're a federal agent. And where Altman Family Physicians documented it was fraud, medical malpractice, medication errors. They're ripping off my insurance, making me sick. They were known for doing it to people, falsely diagnosing them, getting kickbacks from drug companies, and doing unnecessary procedures. And it's documented fraud, medical malpractice, and medication errors. Altman Family Physicians documented 2002, confirmed it in 2003 when I got off the medication. And then for years, tried to get me to sue those doctors for fraud and for medical malpractice. For at least 2 years. And then kept going back to it, even up to 2018. Even in front of the police. You already knew that because you're a federal agent, right? You also knew of the insurance fraud of some other lady using my insurance for 15 years, right? So when they walked in there and they called me a faker from 15 years ago, that's a pathetic reason to kill someone. You can't kill someone except for in self-defense or saving another life that they're trying to kill, right? 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 Because then it still goes under self-defense. That you're stopping them from killing somebody else in the middle of it. Right? Right? Because it's illegal. Conspiracy to commit murder, attempted murder, or federal crimes. You understand that, right? Being a federal police officer. You understand the law, right? You understand surveillance laws, that the right to privacy, police and agencies can only be in a home under a threat of life with statements in a court order, right? So when they came in your office and confessed they were trying to kill me, why didn't you arrest them? Do your sworn duty. You do understand that makes you an accessory, right? You do understand that, right? You're not incompetent. Right? No. And do you think it was wrong to go around telling on a drugged up rape victim that hired a cartel for a drug guy to go in and drug her for fake confessions, Photoshop washing, and a drug scam? You didn't arrest them for hiring their own hitman to harm me. You didn't arrest them for cyber stalking, felony invasion of privacy, racketeering, human trafficking. You could have threw the book at him. The FBI arrested Amish men for cutting off other Amish men's beard, called a hate crime. This is ungodly hate crime. So how can you justify your actions? How? that you broke all those laws. Hmm? And then you went around telling the churches. You knew it was wrong to tell on a victim calling for help. And you told them you knew I was being drugged, being raped. The church people. You didn't care. Because this strangest, pathetic liar called me a faker 15 years ago and it was medication errors. Which you would have known that, being a federal agent, since Altman Family Physician had been documented for years. And redocumenting it. You knew that. Fraud, medical malpractice. They were just ripping me off, making me sick so they could do brain surgery. Unnecessary. Causing heart attacks, massive swelling, thyroid, adrenal gland shut down, seizures. You knew how sick they made me. And she's supposed to be mean to women. You were going to turn her back over to them. You didn't care what they did to me. You don't care victims are being harmed for any reason. That makes you a criminal, not a cop. You did understand you were breaking the law, right? Then on a recorded line, you confessed that you had met with all the church people in that family. And you knew they were trying to kill me because of strangers' lie. And you mocked me. You obstructed justice and tampered with a witness when I tried to tell you about the guy that threatened to knife me, that he tried to kidnap me. If you would have actually let me speak, instead of saying, oh, come on now, I met with that, or oh, come on now, even if a church person seen him, they would never verify it. Well, she did. That's why I didn't tell you about Terry Coberly, because you obstructed justice and you tampered with a witness. Department of Justice 1729 and 1512. You have to take a victim, a witness, or an informant statement, if you believe them or not, and follow through. It's called badgering. I went out to eat with an officer. He said, you're not allowed to have an opinion. You go on the facts. If someone yells badgering, if they can prove it, you go to jail for obstruction to justice and tampering with evidence and tampering with a witness. So what did you do? You committed federal crimes. You let a serial killer go, laughing at me, mocking me. So I'd be afraid of you. Then screaming at me like a crazy occult person, confess you weren't. It's like when it was a medication error, almost killed me. Medical malpractice. And I'm trying to tell you I really was sick before, and how you met with that family in your office and all those church people, and you knew they were trying to kill me, and you didn't even blame them for trying to kill me. For a made-up baby life that was 15 years old. You were aiding and abetting attempted murder. You confessed you told on me. Mocking me, bullying me. So I'd be afraid of you. Then you make fun of me with some other guy about some guy named Pete Howie scamming me, to find out it was some drug dealer my ex-husband hired on his own to lay strings or stab me with needles and tell me to say something stupid to have me being raped in my own home. And I just wake up with bruises, throwing up, personally infected, and almost passing out in front of people. You knew of the rapist, where you told Apostolic Church of Barberton the night before you knew I was being drugged, being raped, and you didn't care. You don't care about rape victims. You don't care about human trafficking victims. You're a criminal. And then you made me beg for my life, then list me informant. You've already confessed you talked to everyone, been seen by the police telling on me, even Officer John seen you. A lot of other police officers. Before you talked to me after the hotline. And you confessed on a recorded line that you told on me to everyone. And then list me informant, and then threaten me if I told the FBI won't help you. You cannot withhold protection as the 14th Amendment. And that you'd list me crazy. You can't list me crazy. You can't list me insane. You do realize that. Like the criminal attorney, the prosecutor's office in place, he can't do any of that. It takes a judge to put a gag order on you. He's only a higher police officer. Do you know trying to silence a victim of a crime is a federal crime It goes into badgering and obstruction to justice and tampering with a witness. Do you know it's a federal crime of 20 years? You do realize that, right? And you idiot people, I was in Walmart 62 today, and some morons, mental retards, they call these people that help out in this idiot people. The cartel even called them idiots. Look at all these idiot people helping out. 23, they made fools out of all of them. Go to parties, how they were the life of the party, making fun of everybody that helped out, how they were big fools, made fun of FBI agent John, how they fooled him with Astana tapes before. They were mocking everybody. How big of fools all these people are. Low educated. That's what they called them. Low IQ and idiots. Even the cartel insulted you people. And how big of fools you are. Okay? It's a drug scam. Okay? That agent would know that. The photoshopping a shower in the other room and drug confessions. He knows the law. And if he doesn't know the law, he needs to be listed incompetent and need a competency hearing with a judge. He knows he couldn't list me insane. He couldn't list me crazy. It takes a judge to do that in a competency hearing. He's just a police officer. Just like he can't put a gag order on you because he's just a police officer. He was bullshitting all you people. He can't do any of it. Can't bully me into false statements. Only thing he could do was list me informant with money immunity. Still had to have a judge sign it. And it's only for getting them information. He can't make up his own rules. He was lying. And he was lying to you people that you could come down here and do whatever you want and nobody would get prosecuted. Look at all the people that went to jail. He picked out and chose which one he wanted to arrest. He lied to you. You know, I about gagged last year when I seen where the FBI task force in Canton got awards for all the people they've arrested for human traffickers. They got it off my case where they fed me to the drug cartel that agent told on me before. He talked to me. They all know he told on me. They all know he bullied me and threatened me, even though he already told everybody. They all know he sold the login. They all sold the login within the first month. It went viral. That everybody knows. They all know that. And instead of sending one of their agents in undercover, a rape victim the cartel was running a scam on, list her informant with money and immunity, court order so that they can tap her phone, her car, have police walk around with little body cams on, get surveillance of everybody confessing to these crimes. Well, they sat in their office. Didn't have to risk their life. No, they risked a rape victim that had almost been murdered and was being human trafficked by the cartel. They called for help. They fed a victim back to the cartel with legal surveillance and just left her there and then stole her money that they already told on, made fun of. And then they got awards. That makes you cowards. Hiding behind a rape victim makes you a coward. It makes you a coward to hide behind a rape victim. You're supposed to be a so-called man. Men don't hide behind women. And men don't hide behind rape victims and human trafficking victims. And they don't make fun of them. I was in Walmart 62, and some moron said, Will said he left her insane. He can't list me insane. He's not a judge. He's just a higher cop. He was bullshitting you people. He fooled you all. He lied. He lied. He can't do it. He don't have the authority to. Can't ask him to stay quiet. He can't put a gag order on people. Plus, then he's already told, and then it becomes stupid. And confessed he told. And made fun of me. Repeatedly. He was lying that he could do any of that. Like the prosecutor's office, criminal attorney, and police. He was lying he could do any of that. The only thing he could do was list me informant with money and immunity for working this case, and then he still had to have a judge sign it. He can't stop the money from coming in. He can't misdirect it. And what's not funny is he fed me to the drug cartel. He told on me before he talked to me after the hotline. Made fun of me on a recorded line. Bullies me. then lists me informant with money immunity, and then threatens me. Then he led me back there, and then he stole my money. Like they all said, he can't even stop the money from coming in. It's for the rest of your life, for risking your life to get the government information. They can't even close a case until the FBI puts me in another witness protection program. See, he lied to all you people. And then I don't believe you didn't know that I didn't know Michelle, that I didn't threaten her. She is a drug cartel leader's, a human trafficker's leader's daughter. That's like mafia. You threaten a mafia's kid to their face, the drug cartel around you, them, will take you out and kill you. I didn't even know who she was till 19, and I still never talked to her. I just let her run her mouth and incriminate herself under police surveillance. And just say anything stupid that came out of her mouth. And she confessed to all kinds of crimes. And threw her dad under the bus so they go down and arrest him so she could take over the cartel. Oh, they already break that one, January 27th, 25, in Speedway, a Middle Branch in North Canton. That she did all this for her father to get arrested so she could take over the drug cartel. So if you thought I threatened somebody, why wouldn't you ask me? You know, if you would have said something about a Michelle, I would have said I haven't seen Michelle Cowgill in 6 years. Because I didn't even know about the drug cartel girl. And why is she lying? Just like people said, oh, you're supposed to have been mean to Katie. I hadn't talked to Katie in 6 years. I think Dave and I said hi to her in the mall. I didn't have anything to do with Lighthouse Tabernacle. Hadn't went there since 2003. Been a member. I visited with Dave twice in 2011 to see why they were making up crap on me then. Only twice. And I told you how he came home and assaulted me one night after Danny picked up the kids. Was sitting there watching TV, came in and assaulted me real bad. And he hurt me really bad. And I'm crying. Why? You'll learn to keep your filthy mouth shut. It's like Danny just picked up the kids less than an hour ago. I'm sitting here watching TV. And I'm literally tears. And he left me bloody. He got mad enough he quit his church. They lied to him. He came home and hurt me. Because common sense, where would I get their phone number if I hadn't been a member there in 15 years? I wouldn't even know where they lived. Where would I see them or have anything to do with them? I actually had a life of my own. I actually loved my ex-husband with all my heart. And my life was him, the kids and grandkids. And I had a career. Or I was working on my house. Going out with him. I didn't have time for foolishness and ignorance. See, that's where the whole thing of it is. Why wouldn't you ask me? If somebody's going to accuse me of something, why wouldn't you ask me? Instead of just going along with a lie. Because you knew it was a lie. You knew all of it was a lie. You knew it was all a lie. Just like that weird couple in March of 18 that was part of the case. I don't know if Dave was dating that little girl or if they were just the drug cartel setting up where that young blonde girl, maybe 18 years old, tan khaki cargo pants, t-shirt, blonde hair, blower, bra strap, gals at me, sits down, rams her body in the back of the booth. Does he think it's funny bringing her? I'm like, Dave, who's that? I don't know. Rams me again. I said, who is that? And then they said the older couple. If you remember the older white couple, 70s, white baseball hat, black glasses with an older white lady with white hair. And then that girl showed up at Walmart 62, looked at me as if you don't know what's going on. Dressed about the same. Walked off and I thought, I've seen you before. Where have I seen you? The restaurant 6 months before the case. And I never even spoke to her. I never even spoke to her or her family. And she rams her body again into the booth till it knocks me into the table. Dave's like, are you okay? I said, yes, but who are those people? He's like, I don't know. I said, "Can I sit on your side?" He said, "Yes." And I go over and he wraps his arm around me. "Are you okay?" And I said, "Yes." I said, "Who are those people?" He's like, "I don't know." And I'll tell you what, people, there comes a point in time with Dave Hall, you act ignorant in public, he would have went off on you. If he knew you or not, he would have walked up a little bit more. If I wouldn't have moved to the other side of the table, he would have went up and yelled at him. Because there comes a point in time of knocking somebody into a table repeatedly in public, in front of people. The only one who was acting bad in that restaurant was you. I never even spoke to him. I just kept asking who were those people. He told Danny some crazy blonde girl was knocking her body in the back of Mom's fist till she knocked her on the table, till she had to sit on my side. That's the only thing he said about those people. I don't know if they're cartel, if he was dating that girl, but he's 60. She barely looked 18 too. I don't even know them. And they were part of the 3 sets of mean parents waiting for me to die from my injuries. What were they doing involved? See, that's where these people, they were here to human traffic and run a big scam so they could get, like they said, it's a real life case of how to get away with murder. So they could actually get away with selling people here, human trafficking, running drug scams. And Michelle wanted to take over this area. Her group has already announced that Michelle wants to be drug lord over this area. We'll see how well the Cleveland Mafia takes that one. Because they've been here for 100 years. I wouldn't touch those people. I wouldn't even tease them. That's not even funny to say that. Because I'll tell you what, none of this is funny. And those people, people in Walmart, I go to walk in. My boyfriend and I had went to Golden Corral when we went to Walmart 62 tonight. He's got a bad habit. He's got dentures, and he won't wear his lower dentures. Okay? He's got a bad habit of stuffing a whole bunch of food like this in the side of his face. He chews a little, swallows, chews a little, swallows. Well, he choked real bad this last month. I actually had to give him the Heimlich twice. Okay? He almost died. Tonight he went to choke again, and he got it down, and I really lectured him big time. You're going to end up dead. His brother actually died that way. And he's always telling me he wants to marry me. I said, you're going to make me a widow for him, a wife. I said, you need to start thinking about me being married to somebody else. And if that's what you want, because you're going to end up killing yourself by shoving too much food in your mouth and you don't got bottom teeth to chew it. You can cut it up in bite-sized things, chew it like a normal person, swallow and enjoy your meal. And there's no reason to hold food in your mouth and try to swallow too much or it comes loose and you almost choke to death in front of me. And I said it'd be worse if they got it up enough after you didn't get air long enough, they brain dead and you're catheterized and you're on a ventilator the rest of your life. He said, that'd be horrible. I said, then learn to chew right. Seriously, this is scary. Somebody can't get air and you're trying to get it's not funny playing with somebody else's life like that. And he needs to stop it. It scares me. If I didn't care, I wouldn't get angry. All right. Well, a Latino couple came in and I seen them, part of the drug cartel, sat right behind me and my boyfriend. And where the day before, I was in Walmart 62 and some idiots were walking around threatening to sell me. Well, in the last video I did, it's like, look, drug cartel, there's nothing to sell. I'm 57, almost 58 years old. And where they tried to sell me to 3 Coots on August 13th, 24. And my boyfriend and I got into an argument because some of the drug dealers were waiting outside the bar association when I went to go in and said something stupid. Get in the car, he says something smart to me, and I snapped at him. Well, they had 3 guys show up. She's too uncontrollable for what we need. I told you, I think they're doing some kind of weird mail order bride thing. Having old guys pick out wives. Yeah, I have an attitude. I've been raped. I've been tortured. I've been publicly humiliated. I walk off from idiots in stores that can't act right because they're a bunch of crackheads. Done too many drugs and damaged your brain till you don't know right from wrong. You're selling women and children to feed your habit. Huh? And when people start realizing they're finding mass graves of beheaded bodies, severed bodies, limbs, missing torsos, and that's what Michelle and her group are doing, and these other people, where they say they're human trafficker and people are missing, they're in mass graves, you moron, and stop thinking serial killing people is funny. And selling them for sex slaves. These people around here are morons. Absolute morons. And that FBI agent knew better than to ever tell on me to those churches. He knew he should be arrested. See, the Hartville police told people, he told the police he was only acting that way to get the drug dealers. That he wasn't withholding my money. That when he got done, he was going to pay me. He didn't pay me, got all those drug dealers. And they realized he fooled the cops. They need to arrest him. He's just a higher police officer. He's the same kind of police officer as a regular police officer. They're not submittable to him. He's doing crimes in their area. They're sworn to arrest him. He's aiding and abetting selling U.S. citizens. He's very dangerous. He's embezzling from government funds. You know, you see all this kind of stuff on Google. You just never had it in your own backyard. Well, that Latino couple came in. We listened to that tape that she said she has no good organs. She's old and she's too mean. And da 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 da. And they're running their mouth. You know what? Sit at a different table. You can't act right in public. You're just annoying. Do you want me to turn around and actually say something to you? Do you want me to take your picture so that I can turn it into the police? Oh, they can pull the cameras from in there, honey. I hope you used a credit card. And I hope you're here legally. Because then you're going to be linked to a drug cartel. That means you get, ordered by the president, deported. I go to Walmart 62, a young kid comes in. I know she snapped at her boyfriend in that restaurant for almost choking to death. That's the second time. I seen where he almost choked to death before. And she had to give him a Heimlich a couple times. See, they got this place booked too. Carl don't know that. Well, the police are only supposed to be watching me. They've hacked into their thing. Officer Mark or John, you just need to take care of her quietly and not freak Carl out. That's why I told you I need a new place to live. They admitted those kids to seeing me in my apartment. All of them have. It's not funny they've got into the police surveillance. M13 has hacked the protected custody cases live streaming. It's on Google. Okay? Where the first month of the case, they came up in Walmart 62, will sell in the login for $25 a month. And then everybody had it. Even my grandson, Daniel, his teacher had it. Everybody knows what's going on but our family. Teenagers, little kids. Truck drivers. I can go in other states and they'll mention the case. It's that bad. Once it's on the internet, it goes viral. Okay? That's why I told you I need a new ID, social security card, phone, vehicle not bugged by them in a new place. Even if it's just a new place for me and Carl. We don't need to be here. And they don't need access to me anymore. And this bullshit of you holding my money and this bullshit you're making it up to a drug cartel, serial killing girl, lying to everyone like some guy said. We all know Michelle lied that she was mean to her. She didn't even know her. Well, that agent knew that. He knew they would have killed me if I would have actually done something like that. He knew she was lying. That's like mafia shit. I like my money. I need it to help my family. Officer John, are you sat outside my clients? She calls me a little bit wiry. She thinks my name's Officer John. It's actually somewhat, it's actually different. Well, that's what they said. John's here to take care of Karen. and then they refer to you as officer later on. In other places, they called you Officer John. If they weren't, then there was some guy near you called Officer John. Because, for John's here to take care of Karen. It's ridiculous for any child to be afraid of Karen. She's nothing but good and love. It's great having an informant that talks to us. Got two other big eyes' faces where I say you're little and wiry. That means badass. Got into great big drug dealer's face. One of those kids got caught stating they made everything up. They could have ripped you apart. That's badass. You should have took care of this years ago. You should have. You need to now. Someone needs to. In this disgrace of feeding rape victims back to the cartel, bullying them, laughing at them for being victimized, making fun of them. That's illegal for a cop to do that to anyone at any level. It's illegal. And it's disgusting and disgraceful. And what makes you any better than the other extortion group if you're going to extort money out of rape victims? Human trafficking victims. Like the teenagers in North Canton, the FBI made fun of her for being drugged, being raped. The FBI made fun of her for being human trafficked. Like the teenagers in North Canton, we discussed the case with our teacher, how illegal all this is. And the teacher said all these bad things happened because that agent didn't help her. Let's see. Other children, the FBI betrayed her. Men, I heard them talking, no one will ever trust the FBI again after what they let happen to her. And we didn't realize they were like this. You look like an extortion ring. White collar crime extortion ring. Extorting victims and rape victims. Let's see. The other children, the FBI let her live through all that and didn't even pay her. How many times have people been horrified? You're down there getting awards for how getting all those people. Well, you had legal surveillance of my phone being tapped, the cops around me, my car being bugged. You sat in your cushy office. You didn't risk one of your agents' life. You risk a rape victim's life. That makes you a coward. Makes you a coward. I'd like my money. Information on Dave and the churches. He didn't mention nothing about no drug cartel, no drug lords, serial killers. It's one thing if it's your abusive ex-husband and his freaky friends. And there's a whole different thing of serial killers. It wasn't you getting raped and tortured. It wasn't you getting drugged till you lost 70 pounds. It was me. Did you get your skull bashed in and raped and beat and left for dead? No, that was me. Did you almost get shot in the head driving? No, that was me. Did you have to hide on a shooting night not to get killed? No, that was me. Did you face 6 stalkers? No, that was me. Were you publicly humiliated? No, that was me. You hid behind a rape victim. That makes you a coward. Laughing at a rape victim makes you a cad and a coward. I like my money. Stealing from a rape victim, you are no better than the human traffickers and in your own little white-collar extortion group. Like my friend from the prosecutor's office, criminal attorney, and please, that agent don't have enough authority to ask you to stay quiet, takes a judge. Freedom of speech. Why he confessed he told on me. He was seen by the police and hundreds telling on me for calling that line. Why he talked to me. He even confessed he did on a record line. He can't tell on you, but you can tell whatever you want. He can't say a word. He can't make up his own rules. Just like he can't list me crazy, he's not a judge for a competency hearing. He can't, let's see, tell anybody they can't help me. 14th Amendment cannot withhold protection. He can't bully me into false statements. He can't hinder a victim, a witness, or an informant of saying what's going on. Then that's tampering with a witness, an evidence, an obstruction to justice. Then you got embezzlement of government funds. He can't make up his own rules. There's guidelines. It's for risking your life to get them information. David and churches, my God, I got you hundreds of human traffickers. You found hundreds of people and saved their lives while you sacrificed me. Most people get letters of accommodations. My neighbor Keith went to Faith Family Church. He's seen the drug cartel impersonate the FBI. He went down to the U.S. Marshals, met one of the lives they saved off my case. Where you need to be proud of what you lived through. Because of what you lived through, we got all this information on these people. You helped save a lot of lives. I'm going to unplug this.